Okay, somebody asked about the Patsy Cline records, and this is it. All the 12-inch records that I have for Patsy Cline. This is Showcase. This is the Vinyl Me Please re-release that was done a couple of years ago. It's on tri-colored vinyl. This is my very first Patsy Cline record, Showcase, her second album with the revised art. So those are the same album, different artwork. This is one of the releases after she passed away. That's How a Heartache Begins. Very good music on that. Patsy Cline's Story. This is an earlier pressing that still has the gatefold and the pictures. Later issues didn't. This is another original copy of Showcase with the original artwork. And this is another copy of Showcase. This is an import that uses alternate takes and has a couple extra songs. It's on red vinyl. It's an unofficial release. This is one of two albums from the legendary recording set that was an As Seen on TV deal. There is the other disc. The soundtrack to Sweet Dreams has some original... Well, actually, the songs are pretty much original, but they're overdubbed with modern instrumentals. So not my favorite, but still very cool. Her first album, this is a later issue because it's got the hype on there, Walking After Midnight. As you know, the original wouldn't have that. It would look like this. So here's another copy, a little bit more tattered. These are going to be 1960 reissues. I only have one of the original 1957 issues on the silver and black Decca. Portrait of Patsy Cline. It's kind of a rough album. I mean, not physically, but it's a Columbia musical treasury, and it just doesn't sound good. I think it's got like rechanneled stereo. Here is the blue album. You remember on the CD video I was talking about, there was a red and a blue. I've got the red on CD and the blue on vinyl. So that's the RCA version of that. It's just like 3 songs from each artist. This was a gift from a viewer. One of my very first Patsy Cline records. It is a DMM pressing, and it's got a ton of music. Very good sounding record. There's Country Great, which is basically 2 songs less than the full version of her first album. Not sure why that exists. Here's Patsy Cline. I initially thought that this was like a compilation album, but this was actually a Vocalion release, like a value label under Decca. And this is 65, 66, if I remember correctly. Here is another copy of That's How a Heartache Begins. I've got one that is in pretty good condition. The other one's pretty rough. Okay, we got a bunch of aftermarket, I don't want to say aftermarket, but third-party releases, as it were. And the sound quality can vary, to say the least. These are some early recordings I've loved and lost again. Yeah, so there's a lot of miscellaneous stuff here.